Joining us from Oral Roberts, head men's basketball coach Paul Mills, student athletes Max Asmus and Patrick Mwamba. Normal format will be an opening statement from coach. We'll get to questions for the student athletes. Once we're done with the questions for the student athletes, we'll dismiss them, come back and do questions for coach. As always, please make sure you identify your name and organization ahead of the question. Coach, go ahead with your opening statement.
Yeah, God is good. We are thankful. I'm thankful that I get to coach these guys and they made shots tonight. But I got an incredible group of guys. North Dakota State is one of the hottest teams coming in. I thought Dave's done an incredible job with a whole bunch of young guys. They don't have a senior on their roster, and obviously they had super talented players. So we knew we would be in for a dogfight. At the end of the day, we were able to kind of establish a lead, and unlike 2 years ago, we were able to keep it. But it's a huge tribute to these two to the right of me.
Go ahead, Tom.
Question for Patrick. Coach yesterday said that you went to Oral Roberts. Your only question is, are we going to win? Do you feel like you accomplished that?
Definitely. This is crazy to me. Like, to win a championship, it's been 4 years I've been playing college basketball, and to have a championship, which I want so bad, and it feels unreal. And I'm just happy to be here.
Again, for Patrick, one of the things you're known for is being that energy spark guy off the bench. Doesn't always get the attention deserved. Tonight, you had your moment. How'd that feel? Having such a big impact on the bench.
It's feel good, like Coach said, you never know when they're gonna call your name, when they're gonna call your number. So I was just ready, and I just keep trusting my game. Like, I put time in it, and I will just let it fly, and then the results.
Jeff, go back to former Fargo. Max, describe a couple keys for the hot start today in that first half.
I think today we came out with the right energy. Yesterday we didn't come out with the right energy. And so that was a big thing for today was coming out with the right energy and keeping that energy to the whole game. And I thought we did a good job of that. And so we just got to continue to build on that.
Max Thomas of WDOI Fargo, second year in a row, the Southern League champion doesn't lose a game. Describe that, and how was that a goal? Was that even beyond a championship to go undefeated?
The goal was a championship, and we didn't lose any, and that came with it. And so it's just testament to all the hard work that we've put in. All the practices, all the sprints. It's so much work put in, for this moment right here.
Top Buckhannon Region Summit for Max. Ever since this tournament came here, the top team, 1 or 2 in defense, has won the tournament. And this year, I just want you to talk a little bit about Connor and what he changes for your guys' defense, because you're the top defense in the metrics this year, along with offense. Yeah,
Connor's a big piece of us on the defensive end. He's protecting the rim, protecting the paint. Able to block shots, and we've seen that he's a defensive player of the year for a reason. So he's big for us on the defensive end as well as the offensive end.
Patrick, talk a little bit about your first half. You were stroking it there from deep. You can make threes, but you were on fire the first half.
Yeah, like I said, I trust my game. I put the time in it. It's not just, it didn't start just in March. It didn't start in February. It started in May when we was working out, go 6 a.m. in the morning, 7 a.m., see, the team is just incredible. Like, how you see the team, like, you go in the gym, you're going to see people at 8 p.m. shooting. Like, you're going to motivate you to just go there and then perform, and this is just show up.
Max, for you, Tim, reaching Summit, the NDSU guards, they really defended their tails off this weekend, and they really came at you hard early on. And nothing ever seems to faze you. You just kind of take what comes at you and you adjust properly. And what is it about you that never seems to rattle you?
Just playing basketball the right way. I've seen a lot of defenses thrown at me, and I'm gonna go out there and play basketball the right way. When they're so focused on me, that just leaves my teammates open who put in a lot of time in the gym too, and they're gonna go out there and perform.
Max, Patrick, congratulations. Thank you very much. You guys.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
That bad ankle. Max. Well, go ahead.
Coach, how are you able to hold Grant Nelson up
Yeah, I mean, he's such a unique player in that he can score in a variety of ways. And, I don't know that it's really anything that we did. I think playing 3-day games in 3 days, it's tough on anybody. I mean, I remember John Concher, who's, I think he signed a $9 million deal with Memphis, and talking to him here at the Summit League tournament, and just, he was talking about how weary he was. And I just said, man, that's an NBA caliber player, and all the travel that obviously Purdue Fort Wayne went through. And I just really thought to myself, the majority of the players aren't that caliber. And so it's really hard. And I just think for Grant, it's a long season, 3 games, 3 days. And, sometimes you have off nights. I don't know that it was anything that we did.
Dave said he didn't want to put words in your mouth, but he said it. You guys tonight look like a team that just waited to get to the finish line and then just get unleashed at the finish line. And came out just hot from the start and ready to go with the mature, talented teams. Do you feel like that? You had to get him here and then just go play. Go get him.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, Dave's phenomenal. One of the finest coaches in the country, does phenomenal work. If you remember 2 years ago, we got up 25 at the half and they battled back. So I mean, we just needed to be locked in defensively on our assignments. I thought we did that, but I mean, we really warned our kids that at halftime, if I know we're up 31, but if we don't stretch this thing could be a game really, really quick. And he just gets his guys to play hard. I just thought they just ran out of gas.
Talk about can't reaching Summit. So does it feel any different the second time getting the tournament?
I think anytime you go 21-0 through the course, I really, what Nick Saban calls rat poison. I said some things this week about cold. I didn't know how much traction it would get, but what I was really trying to do was get everybody's attention. I said, maybe they'll bite on this, is not ask us, are we good as the SDSU team a year ago? Are we good as that Sweet 16 team a year ago? Because I didn't want our guys caught up in any nonsense about, do you think you're dominant? Do you think you're good? Do you think you're as good as SDSU? Do you think you're as good as that Sweet 16 team? So it worked to some degree, but at the end, I thought our guys were just really, really focused.
This era of basketball with the transfer portal, you don't always know what you're gonna get, how guys are gonna fit in. Your 2 big transfers, Connor and Patrick, both coming to your school for different reasons. How good does it feel to see them come here, make such a big impact, and really solidify your defense to where you're number 1 offensively and defensively in the league?
But you want all your transfers to do well. I mean, you want all your freshmen to do well. I do tell freshmen that it's going to be hard. Like, we have really talented players. And so it's going to be hard, but transfers can kind of come in, and Patrick kind of spoke. I mean, I've got a group that shows up early in the morning and they work their tails off. And Patrick's one of those guys, and CB is one of those guys who really trust his game as well. So you're just so happy that, Muhammad Ali quote, "We run in the dark to dance in the lights." You're aware of all the running in the dark that gets done, so you're happy when it comes to fruition under lights.
We'll go last question right here.
So now that your subterfuge worked on us all, how does this team compare this? Going to the Sweet 16's got a lot of things that could go into that, but when you look at that team and this team, you see similarities. Do you like what you see going into what's going to happen?
Yeah, I think it's hard to compare. So much of the game is just matchups, right? I mean, do you match up well? I mean, we're fortunate. A team like North Dakota State, if you don't have a stretch big, Connor can kind of handle it. You start moving him around on the perimeter, as all coaches know, makes it a little bit difficult. But, I thought that group in 2021, we had 5 guys who were mobile. We can play different lineups, whereas with that group, we really couldn't.
Congratulations.